Scheduled Planting and Harvest, Video 10. Hi, my name is Mariam. Welcome to Akilimo instructional videos. In this video, we will look at some examples of how the weather patterns influences the growth of your crop and the yield at harvest. Farmer Mary grows cassava in Benue, Nigeria. In her area, rains start in April and last until October, with sometimes a short interruption in June. Mary plants her crop early at the start of the rainy season in April. Her crop receives rainfall almost uninterrupted until the end of October. Her crop establishes well and starts bulking in June. From September, bulking happens at maximum rate. In November, the dry season starts and bulking slows down. Her crop still continues to store starch in the roots using the water stored in the soil. By January, bulking stops and the roots become denser and drier. Mary waits until rains resume early April to harvest, and just after the first rains, her soil is moist and it is easy to pull the roots from the soil. She gets a good yield. Mary should not delay harvesting. When rains resume after the long dry season, the cassava will use the starch stored in the roots to grow new stems and leaves. So, if Mary waits about 2 weeks to harvest after rains have resumed, then the cassava will have a lot of new leaves, but the roots will have a low starch content. If you cannot harvest immediately after the first rains, it's better than to wait at least another month before you harvest. Then the cassava will have resumed bulking, and the roots will be larger and higher in starch. Let's look at another example. Farmer John also grows cassava in the same area, but he plants his cassava in July, halfway the rainy season. His cassava receives 4 months of rain and establishes well. But before the crop can start bulking at high rate, the dry season starts. His crop slows down growth and starts shedding leaves. In April, when rains resume, the cassava uses the starch stored in the roots to grow stems and leaves very quickly. John now waits until the end of June to harvest his crop. That way, his cassava receives another 3 months of rain and can bulk at maximal rate. He obtains a good yield. Thank you for watching. In our next video, we will show how to best schedule your planting and harvest when growing cassava in an area where cassava brown streak disease occurs. See you soon in our next video. Akilimo, we know cassava.